and joking too. Sipping and roasting is what we do. Light 'em up, drink 'em down. Whiskey and cigars all around. Cheers, y'all.
Well,
That sounds like a party just about to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
wasn't that better? That was worth doing over.
That was a little throatier. They had a little more.
Welcome, more phlegm.
Yeah, more.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast, and video extravaganza known internationally as the world-famous Smokin' and Toastin'. We are on location at one of our favorite spots, Stogie's in Houston. We're in the cigar lounge enjoying ourselves, and we intend to enjoy cigars throughout the entire show, which is something we don't get to do in the studio, so that's why we love being on location, even if we're joined by Roberto. So it's nice to see you again.
Very nice to see you, sir.
And
He's feisty today. He's dressed like a leopard.
so the title of today's show, it's show number 486, by the way, 486.
That's a lot.
Means it's halfway to 500.
That's at least halfway.
Yeah. So
if you do the math.
The title of our show today is Goodbye Schlitz, Hello Higgins Boat, because we're going to be talking about the fact that Schlitz is going away, and Higgins Boat is here to stay. Higgins Boat is a rum, and I have in my notes that Ian sent me that our guest today would be Chris Collins from Higgins Boat Rum.
No, Chris Collins is he's the guy that did our intro music. Well, one of our intro songs, and he'll be on next month.
Okay, so either I confuse the dates or you confuse the.
I may have confused the names. There's no telling. If we look at the date that he's supposed to be on, I might have put Derek down.
Well, in any case, it's now up to you to introduce our guest from Higgins Boat Rum, or I'll just call him, Chris Collins or Bartholomew Doxakis. So who do we have here from Higgins Boat?
So this is Derek.
Derek, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's nice to be here smoking in the smoking lounge with you at Stogie's. So let's start by going around and seeing what we're smoking. Ian, what do you got over there?
So this is Room 101. I believe it's called a LSD. And I'm smoking the Churchill. This is a Connecticut Churchill. I figured for a first cigar, it'd be nice to start a little bit on the lighter side today.
Very nice. How about you, Roberto? What are you smoking?
Henry Clay Warhawk.
Oh, that's a great cigar. I love
It's
that.
one of those cigars that makes you think that it's going to be a milder cigar, but
It is not.
Yeah.
And that's an exclusive size to Stogie's as well.
Lonsdale.
Oh, I like that. And they love the Lonsdales and the really skinny
The
cigars. here,
Lanceros,
Lanceros,
yeah. I've actually bought a couple Lanceros.
It's actually a pick of El Jefe here at Stogie's.
Yes.
He loves those Lanceros. I saw his latest pick when I was in the humidor, and it was a cigar from Aging Room that was $41.
Oh.
It's like, well, I suppose if you're El Jefe, you can swing that. But I think I'll wait for my birthday when Ian buys me a box of those. What are you smoking there?
So I've got the Perdomo 10th anniversary champagne.
Oh, the champagne is so wonderful with beverages, and I have a feeling that's going to pair perfectly with this with the rum we're trying.
This particular cigar is always a go-to for me when you want to pair it with anything aged.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, and some things not, but it goes well with whiskeys and rums and scotch and
You told me about that
tequila.
one going very well with Glenmorangie. I remember
That
you
one-
told me that.
That one in particular, the original Glenmorangie, but now they don't have the original 10. It's the 12 year.
Oh, they don't have the 10 anymore?
It's and it's slightly different. It's a little more aged. It's a
They
little
had
more
it, but it
house,
was
works
2 years
just
ago.
the same.
So
You know, I had some at home, and I remember the last time they gave us the little bottles. So it paired nicely with the Michael movie this weekend.
oh, see
I
what?
just took the little bottle and had it full of Glenmorangie.
So
and it
Terry was doing
great.
his own version of the whiskey sniff. You know, what's best with a documentary about a child molester? I think maybe this would work nicely. I am smoking, and I know this is going to shock you, but a brand new cigar from H. Upmann that was blended by AJ Fernandez.
Exactly.
But I have not smoked this one before. It's the H. Upmann AJ Fernandez Sunrise, and you can see the orange band I haven't done all of the research into what's in this yet, but the little bit of research that I did revealed this for me, and I'm very excited. This year, Altadis USA, one of the biggest cigar companies, the people that own H. Upmann and Romeo and Julieta and some of the other, sort of flagship brands, they are moving the production of much of their portfolio to factories owned by AJ Fernandez and Plasencia. This is going to be you see, that's a go-to for me. What you're holding up there.
That's a great cigar.
That is the AJ Fernandez H. Upmann Nicaragua, and it's just wonderful. So as AJ continues to spread
Rule
his
the
influence,
world.
it's AJ's world. We're just smoking in it. That's the way I look at it. So we are thrilled to be here at Stogie's. We're of course going to be trying out some of this Higgins Boat rum, which I'm very excited about, being a bit of a rum fan myself. And we'll talk about the fact that Schlitz is going bye-bye, one of the landmark beer brands. So if you are somewhere where you can see Schlitz, in the store, on the shelves, it's your last chance to have a really, really mediocre beer before it goes out of production. But it is a part of our American beer history.
True.
So it is kind of a bummer to
here's
see
the
it go
thing.
away.
If you put Bud Light and Schlitz next to each other, I'm going to have the Schlitz.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna
Michelob Ultra or Schlitz, I'll go Schlitz.
Oh yeah,
every time.
100%.
Every time. Well,
I wonder if the population is just changing, though, because I remember growing up that my great uncle, who fought in World War II in Korea, he loved Schlitz.
Oh,
of course, God rest his soul, he's not around anymore. So I wonder if maybe the people that really made Schlitz matter.
And also back in those days, the macro-produced beers, right now, they were not technically macro-produced beers like that.
Right. So it was a big beer for many, many years, but now it joins other beers like Falstaff and Hams, I think. Is Hams
with
gone
two
now?
M's.
Yeah.
Hams is gone?
I think
I don't
Hams
know.
is gone.
I have it all the time at Ed Flint.
All right.
When they first brewed Schlitz, they never knew there'd be a Zima.
Right. Nobody knew there'd be a Zima.
Well, are they trying to do the thing like they did with Twinkies? Because they said they're shelving it. It's like, look, we're just putting it away for right now.
Yeah.
And they're hoping that people who thought they are, the nostalgia.
Oh,
of
I better
I
get some.
miss Schlitz.
Yeah.
I'm going to send an email.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it's going to be back on the shelves and get wiped out immediately.
Some
you
other
put
company gets the brand and...
When you put new Coke on the shelves, people really want old Coke.
Well, listen, I heard a
There's going to be a
rumor.
new Schlitz?
I heard a rumor a couple of years ago that they were going to cease production on Bud Light. So I bought like cases of it and stacked it up in my backyard. And then Kid Rock came around and shot it all up. So I was very, very, happy actually about the.
Wasn't he then seen like a week later?
A week later at an event holding a can of Bud Light.
Holding
Yeah,
a can of Bud
yeah.
Light.
That's brilliant.
That's
But
funny.
it's like, hey, listen, when your number one biggest hit is a song called Ba with da Ba, that doesn't necessarily set you up as an arbiter.
There's a
for great taste in
video.
beer.
There's a video called "What Makes This Song Suck," and it's all about
It's like a series, isn't it?
Well, he does a bunch of songs, but this
Okay.
one in particular is all about that. What's that song that's?
The American Badass or something like the one that's Sad But True one that is sampled out of Sad But True.
No. This is the Kid Rock song. That's the
Yeah.
Summertime or
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I know.
American Werewolf in
it's the Werewolf in London and
Yes, that's
and,
right.
and
Yes.
Sweet Home Alabama
Oh,
ripoff
now I hear it in there.
All summer long.
all summer long. Yeah, so this guy, look it up.
I'm
It's
not proud of
called.
the fact that I was the one that knew.
And
that.
this has been out for a while, but it's called "What Makes This Song Suck," and it's like an hour long. Stick through it; it's hilarious all the way through. It's absolutely
And
fantastic.
I think there's one about the one that he did that sampled out of the Sad But True song. I think there's one about that one too.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
And
well-
then there's also he does one on the Kid Rock song that features Monster Truck, the band.
Oh, Monster Truck,
Oh
the
my God.
band.
Ain't no one gonna tell me how to live. That's the song.
That's funny.
It's beautiful.
I try not to think about Kid Rock, much less tell him how to live. That's just my sadness.
look up that video's on the all summer long. It's
I'm
so
like a
funny.
flight helicopters by his house.
That's we're getting deep into that one. Let's back out of that topic and talk about Nicolas Cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, you never know what we're going to talk about because we don't either.
Especially in the first segment, because we figure, we got plenty of time to get to that thing that I titled the episode of last week that we never got to. So don't worry, we'll get there. We will do the beverage of mystery though, since we like to do that in the first segment. So this is where we sample something we like to call.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Fruity?
Yep. All right. Beverage of mystery is where one of us brings a beverage in, and the only person who knows what it is before we do the tasting is the person what brung it.
I feel like I
hand
can.
soap.
It does.
It kind of does.
Is it a cider?
I feel like I can smell the Carcina sweet on the end.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've smelled this before. I have a daughter, and this is very Bed Bath and Beyond.
I was going to say, is this bubble bath?
Very Bed Bath and Beyond. Very like something we spray in the car right
really
before
sweet.
we get out of the car at
Super
school,
sweet.
so that Dad has to just I got the smell of it.
Extremely sweet.
Oh my God.
It's joltingly sweet.
This is like syrup.
It's that thing at the quarter car wash where you can turn the machine for the scent to add to your car.
Right. That's exactly what
Spray
it is.
and scent.
In the words of Fez from that 70s show, it tastes like candy.
Yeah, it's like a Jolly Rancher, some sort of Jolly Rancher.
Ugh.
You know those candies that are made out of pure sugar? This might be sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. How do we make it sweeter than sugar, you guys? That's your task. Go out and come back. with a
Okay,
beverage.
so even though I said it smells like it has a Carcina sweet aftertaste, the aftertaste is so sweet I can't tell what's
Yeah, I
going
was
on.
gonna say it tastes like real sugar.
I think it's trying to emulate some sort of watermelon.
Yeah, it does have a little of that. I'll say this: it pairs just absolutely horribly with an H up in the AJ Fernandez Sunrise.
imagine.
It's
I'm getting
just
no
an
alcohol.
Absolute train wreck.
Yes, is this supposed to be alcoholic?
Does anybody like
Yeah,
it?
it kind of turns my cigar into a campfire.
Yeah,
no.
yeah, and not a good one.
I happen to not be smoking a cigar at this time, so it just tastes like candy. I mean, I don't hate it because it tastes like candy. Here's the thing about it. I think it tastes good and fun like candy, but if you were to drink like a whole can of this, you would be like, oh, my tummy hurts.
What happened to my belly?
I need to go lay down.
I think it's artificial sugar.
Any
I don't
questions?
think.
Yeah, either way, my tummy would still hurt if
it would
I
be
drank the whole
destroyed.
thing. Yeah.
Is that a beverage of mystery in your pocket, or are you just happy to be here today?
Well, this happens to me. I'm happy to be here. It happens a lot when I come to Stogie's, to the cigar lounge. But actually, I did bring the beverage of mystery can, and it is hard to read.
Peach.
Juicy.
I was feeling stone fruit.
Juicy
I need the
peach
sugar.
cola.
Oh God,
It's a cola.
I got
There's
no
nothing
peach
cool
out of
about that.
Yeah,
I got no cola. I got no peach.
I had to doubt just the intelligence of this company simply because they said, "Hey, let's do a gold can and use orange
With
lettering."
orange lettering.
I know, I can barely read what
no
that-
one
Make
can read what
everything
is in there.
reflective.
Yeah.
It is AU vodka soda. So it is a juicy peach
I thought it was a cider.
vodka soda.
It's
There you go.
confusing.
What's the
You can
ABV?
take that home because I know you're gonna-
ABV is 5%.
5%.
Now, you
Feels
guys,
like 3.
You guys have to
Yeah.
think about this, okay? Because there was a boardroom somewhere where they had glasses of different versions of this, and they tasted it and went, "That's the one."
Oh, they've got like 5 flavors. They taste across from me at Total Wines often.
Oof.
Now, have
Can
we
you
had,
smell it from where you're standing?
Have we had beverages?
I'm very
of mystery we
judgy when
liked?
doing
What are the
tastings
ones-
in Total Wine.
What are the
I'm
ones
very
we've liked? The beverage of mystery was.
The Doritos.
Yeah.
Oh, the
remember
Doritos.
that.
The
The
and,
Doritos
and
was
the
good.
Buddy
The
Strawberry.
Buddy Strawberry.
That was good.
You know what?
Yeah.
The Doritos was good because it just tastes like Doritos.
All right, we got to.
Yeah, it did just
Doritos.
taste like Doritos.
We got to take a break, and I'm going to do my best to find a palate cleanser. And we will return. Lots to talk about, including our teaser headlines for Drinking News and the Drunken Fact. And we'll talk a little bit about what beers we're going to be tasting. And, of course, Higgins Boat Rum, all coming up. It is Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars.
those
We are
things.
on location in Houston at Stogie's, one of our favorite cigar bars and cigar lounges, places to kind of hang out. And thanks, by the way, to the management of Stogie's for, for allowing us to do this. And we
Miss Jenny is
reciprocated.
always gracious.
Yep, we reciprocated by going into the humidor and making some purchases, and I am enjoying this one very much. This is the H. Upman Sunrise by AJ Fernandez.
That one's got the orange band. to
Yes,
it,
and it's a little milder than kind of my standard AJs, which are more like medium to full. This is more like on the milder side of medium, but boy is it packed with flavor. And you mentioned your cigars the same way.
So I went a little more mild with my cigar. This is the LSD Connecticut from Room 101, and it's quite delicious. A little bit of campfire, a little bit of like nutty kind of flavors, and just packed full of flavor.
And I'm guessing that's going to go well with the rum. I think both of our cigars will go well with almost everything except the beverage of mystery.
Except the beverage of mystery, yes.
Which I don't know if there's anything really that goes.
There's no help for that.
Yeah, that goes
Like
with that.
tire fire, maybe.
Paul
Goes
Malls.
well with it. Paul Malls.
So we will be doing
Filterless.
a couple of the most popular segments on the program today. We'll be doing drinking news. I didn't give the teaser headline in segment 1, did I, Terry?
Nope.
I don't think I did.
No,
It was
you
a
did
segment.
not.
So we saved that for segment 2. So here we go. Our drinking news teaser headline for today's show in the second hour is: The aliens finally speak. And it reminds me of those old, exposing Area 51 type documentaries that were not documentaries at all, but just sheer speculation.
What,
And
really
remember they
happened?
had that gray alien that his head just bobbed? Do you remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's frightening. If that's going to take over our world, we deserve it, because that's
Right? It just bobs its head.
yeah, that doesn't look like anything to me. Oh, our drunken fact. We'll do that here in a moment, but here's our drunken fact teaser headline, and it is: Your breath stinketh, Emperor. So let's just go ahead and get to that. We'll do the drunken fact. Terry, can you bring us in?
And now it's time for another Smokin' and Toastin' Drunken Fact.
In my mind, just before the fanfare, I heard your voice with the reverb on it.
Yeah,
Even though in the live recording it's just
Yeah.
normal Terry.
Yeah.
We could have that in post, I think.
And
Yeah.
I can hear the actual fanfare in my head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I hear
definitely
that
hear
in
that,
my
yeah.
head all the time.
That's his favorite part of the show.
Absolutely.
If you're
It
ever
is.
wondering what I'm thinking,
Certain times, like maybe, having a little, private time with my wife, and at the end, in my head, I hear bum 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 bum. That's the way it works for me. Here's your drunken fact for today's show. You ready? Drunken Facts is where we find a fact from the internet. These are true facts. They are not made up. At least we didn't make them up. If somebody else did and they fooled us, that's,
there you go.
we have no responsibility.
Shame on them, not
Your
us.
drunken fact today: ancient Romans used something very strange as mouthwash. They used stale urine.
Stale, not
How?
just urine. It has to be stale.
Right, because it contains ammonia, which is a powerful cleaning agent. And it was so popular in ancient Rome, there was actually a stale urine tax. They taxed you on, I suppose, if you, I don't know how they would tax you if it was your own.
How does that work?
I'm not sure how it works.
Very
but
invasive.
That's
yeah. But
My ghast is flabbered. I don't know. I am flabbergasted. I
I'd
don't know
just
what
like to say I think it's important to note that we've come a long way as a society.
Yeah.
Yes.
Over
I don't know,
time.
man. Have you ever tried that the purple scope stuff? That stuff is brutal. Or the Listerine
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. The
That stuff
purple
is
is
brutal.
The purple is.
Yeah.
Speaking of brutal, by
I
the
mean,
way,
it doesn't. I'm assuming. I don't have a whole lot of basis for comparison. I'm assuming it doesn't taste like, stale urine, but it's pretty brutal.
speaking of brutal, do you know what the fastest growing alcoholic pre-made cocktail is? I mean, something like what we had here with our vodka soda. This is not the fastest growing. You know what it is?
What is?
Buzzballs.
Oh yeah.
Buzzballs are on fire sales-wise, apparently.
I feel like they look like little marketing things.
Yeah,
that
I
just-
don't.
Yeah.
For those
Well,
of you,
and you can get the big balls too.
yes, I've seen those too, and that's like if you're a real glutton for punishment. I suppose we did a Buzzballs show. Ian brought in every flavor
Every
of
flavor of
Buzzballs. on the
Buzzballs.
show. We tried them all, and it was not the worst show in terms of next day hangover. The worst show in terms of next day hangover was far and away the malt liquor show that we did several
beats the
years
bull.
back. Yeah, nothing beats the bull. That's
Listen,
right.
listen.
That's right.
If you don't have bad stuff, how can you know how good the good stuff is?
From St. Louis, Missouri today, we'll be trying Urban Chestnut Brewing Company's Schnickelfritz. It's a Bavarian-Style Weissbier.
Schnickelfritz.
Schnickelfritz.
Is,
It's fun to say.
It's a term for a mischievous, fun yet mischievous child.
If
okay.
David Letterman were still on the air, he would say, "I don't know what it means. I just like saying Schnickelfritz."
I don't know if you saw him on Colbert a week ago.
Oh, yeah.
And it was amazing to get to see him up there throwing stuff off that building again because
Yeah.
they were never allowed to as Colbert, but he was so happy.
Yeah, but Colbert didn't care. What are they going to fire me?
What are they gonna cancel me?
We'll also be tasting from Austin, Texas, and Big Country Organic Brewing Company their Hazy IPA-Style beer. That's the name of it. Hazy IPA-Style beer.
Interesting.
They didn't
Creative.
get super creative with the name. Hopefully they did with the brewing process. And finally, from Fonta, Flora Brewery in Morganton, North Carolina, we'll be trying their bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout called Decoy. And Ian, just to whet your appetite a little bit, that's the bottle.
Look how beautiful.
There's
that
actually
is.
more Fonta Flora in the house today than there is rum from our Higgins boat guests. So we'll get to all of that coming up. This is Smoking and Toasting. Stay where you are. Welcome back at Smoking and Toasting, our program again all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. The fine spirits we're going to be talking about today are from Higgins Boat Rum, and I'm very excited about trying. You told me you brought two expressions. What are the two expressions that we'll be
So
trying?
we brought our copper pot still silver rum. It's I've got a handful of people who actually like to sip on it. I consider it a premium daiquiri and creamy
Like a
cocktail
mixer,
ingredient.
yeah, sure.
And then we have our reserve rum, which is a great sipper, but it's not so pricey that you wouldn't use it in some good cocktails.
Oh, okay. I love this. Rum, it's a little different from tequila cocktails where sometimes there's, a decreasing advantage as you try to use more and more expensive tequila. I mean, you're our mix master, but with rum, you can actually improve a rum cocktail by using a better quality of rum. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, with the rum realm is very. It depends a lot what style of rum are you using. It's more
Right.
like if you're using Jamaican rum or Haitian rum or an agricole.
There's rum from all over, which is
Yeah.
very cool. It's very cool to try them and taste the difference. So,
Which is funny about the margarita you said. I'm very guilty of that. My favorite margarita is Tapatio 110 margarita.
oh, nice.
Have you ever had Tapatio?
No,
Take it out. It's
well,
really good.
but I intend to. So anyway, we're looking forward to tasting the
My
rum.
favorite is Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah,
That
that one was good.
It's authentic.
you laugh, but that is
I'm telling you,
that's a great place to go when you're broke. Just order a water. Wait, tell them you're going to take a while to make your decision, and then eat peanuts off the floor.
And you're done. That's
That
it.
could be your entire meal.
Roadhouse.
It works. Are they the ones that have peanuts? I know one of them does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both
it's
of
okay.
them. Both of them have.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that do.
It's
Also, Five Guys.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do too, don't they?
I forgot what's the name of the other one, but yeah.
All right, so let's try this beer. This is the Schnickelfritz.
I've been doing research,
It's a Bavarian-style Weissbier. That's something we've,
and it is
I love the
absolutely
nose.
delicious.
even with the name Schnickelfritz. Urban Chestnut Brewery
it's very
is
banana.
in St. Louis, and there are so many great craft breweries kind of in the shadow of Anheuser-Busch in St. Louis. And this, I think, may be the first one. Is this the first one we've had from Urban Chestnut? Urban Chestnut, I think.
I
it might
think
be.
so. I don't remember having that on here before.
It pairs
Lots of
well
bananas.
with my donut from Shipley's.
This is coming in at 5%. It's interesting because it's malty a little bit up front.
Yes,
a
it
little
is.
maltier than I was expecting on a Weissbier.
Yep.
But it also has that citrus snap that happens, and then the banana, the unmistakable banana.
Right.
And
Which reminds me of the Hefeweizen banana, but without that sort of lingering funk that you get from a.
Are you generally a beer drinker, Derek?
So, not these days. In my teens, of course, and then So on my journey of playing college football, getting my knee destroyed, and then having 7 surgeries to repair it.
Ouch.
None of them ever really got me back up and at it. And then after years of experimentation, when I cut corn and wheat out of my diet, the inflammation went away. And
Interesting.
And so that's what took me down the rum path, like rum and tequila, because after I cleaned my diet up, a good bourbon would give me like sinus crud the next day. Mm-hmm. And a good rum and a good tequila wouldn't do that. And so I don't drink a whole lot of beer these days, especially session.
Yeah.
But when I have an opportunity to taste some good beer, I will. The next day, my digestion may not be 100.
I got you. Well, we'll make you enjoy dropping down to 70% today because this really is a good beer. And the Hazy IPA-Style beer, haven't had that one before. Haven't had this particular Fonta Flora Imperial Stout, but we have had some stouts from those guys.
Fonta Flora is always good.
Outrageously good. So
it says the unmistakable characteristics of this Bavarian-Style Weissbier are achieved with yeast that creates a decidedly fruity and phenolic beer. You may also note clove and banana-like aromas and flavors as you pour and enjoy this beer in a traditional tall wheat beer glass like what we have right here.
Exactly what this is. But no, this is really quite good. Yeah. I mean, this is one I would reach for, especially during the summer. It's got a refreshing quality to it. I love the maltiness up front.
I would drink this floating down the river.
Yeah, of course you would.
Would you drink the beverage of mystery floating down the river?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope.
Gotcha.
Nope, I would not pour that in my Camelback at all.
Terry mentioned that this pairs well with the donut. I was just curious, Terry, how does the super sweet beverage of mystery pair with a donut?
Yeah, I mean, it fought the donut a little bit.
Yeah.
It probably made the donut taste like cardboard.
I am sweeter than you.
Yes.
Well,
quite a bit.
So a little bit of bad news for our listeners in the UK, especially if you're young. If you're young and British, you are SOL. Tobacco products can now not be purchased in the UK if you were born after New Year's Day 2009.
What?
That's crazy.
It's a generational tobacco ban. And it's not just that you can't purchase it if you're not yet of age.
That's crazy.
Once you reach of age, you still can't purchase
That's
it.
crazy.
It's a
There's
generational.
just no of age.
Yeah, there is no of age. Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. You're underage when you're 90 under that law. It'll be a while before you get there, but
So are they just
insane.
expecting it to eventually fade away and
Yeah.
nobody ever have...
They're zoning it out.
it's causing a new thing to emerge in the UK where you'll have a fully young adult guy standing outside the liquor store, and an old grandpa comes shuffling by, and he's like, "Hey, Gramps, here's some money. Can you buy me a 6-pack?" Because Gramps was born before 2009.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, we've all been there, right? Where we've tried to pay somebody to buy us beer because we weren't old enough yet. But this one will last your entire life.
You think this will stick?
I can't see how it does because it's essessentially prohation of a sort.
I was
right?
going to say, so eventually...
And that generally doesn't work.
eventually...
Are they going to be checking your car at the border? I mean,
There has to be a point that the stores shut down even before the people are...
well, the stores are going to stop making any money eventually.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. You can't come into the country. You've got Michelob Ultra in your car. Oh, wait. Yeah, go ahead. It's fine. That's not really beer.
They lost their revolutionary bloodline a few hundred years ago, about 250 years ago.
Apparently so. So anyway, I'm feeling very bad for our friends in the UK that were born after 2009. But if you just listen to the show, we'll try to describe how good the beer is for you. And that'll probably not help at all.
What would Churchill say?
I don't know. It's a generational tobacco ban. So he would obviously be old enough that he still gets to smoke. But what if Churchill were young? I mean, that man was one of the most prolific cigar smokers of our time.
And spirits drinkers.
And spirits
And
drinkers,
champagne
And
drinkers.
champagne.
Yeah. Which I think, is
Yeah,
probably
but he
what
didn't
made him
have
good
he
at
didn't
war
have a
strategy.
spirit or champagne named after him.
Mm-hmm.
He has an entire size of cigars
Right.
named after him.
Right.
that is used universally in the entire cigar industry.
And not everyone has that. I mean, he has it. I think Bo Corona has that. Most people listening to the show don't know who Bo Corona is, but I knew I would get a laugh out of Terry with that one. So,
Hello, Bo.
And of course, people call me Toro.
El Toro.
El Toro, yeah.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns.
That's right. Actually, the reason they call me that is because I tried out for the mascot for the Houston Texans. I did not make it. I can't jump. I'm
You wanna-
like that.
It got
You're a
awkward.
second.
You want a
second choice.
funny Bo Corona story? And if he knew I was telling this, I hope he can't hear it on the radio.
Okay, we're gonna have to.
One time-
we're gonna retitle this episode
Yeah,
the Bo Corona
story. He one time the Texans mascot came by the studio because we used to work at the home of the Texans radio, and he came by.
And Bo Corona wasn't there.
And Bo Corona was there, and he came into Bo's studio, and Bo was very excited because Bo is #1 Texan fan, really big Texan fan, loves the Texans at every game, loves them, and. He came in afterwards and he looked like a child that had just been told Santa Claus wasn't real. He said he took the hat off. He took the hat off.
He destroyed the illusion. He destroyed the illusion.
And it just to him, he was just like he wasn't supposed to talk or take the hat off. And he would have conversations with him, without him talking. And then eventually he took the hat off, and it was
It destroyed him.
that was it. That was
back
all
on.
he needed.
I learned the Santa Claus thing pretty young because I was at the mall sitting on Santa's lap, and I told him what I wanted for Christmas. And he said, "Okay, ho, Merry Christmas. Now get off my lap, you little brat." And I was like, that's not Santa.
Were
You
you
know, Billy Bob Thornton?
I was a little brat, but that's beside the point. So I turned around and said to him, "You sit on a throne of lies." One of the all-time greatest movie quotes ever of any time. Will Ferrell.
It'll suit your eye out, kid.
Yeah. Oh man, we are way off topic here. What cigars, beers? Anyone have anything to add? Roberto, you're a mix master. Tell us about why rum has become much more popular over the last couple of decades.
Well, I think it has a lot to do. Well, if you think about cocktails, it's a lot like art and many other things, like a pendulum.
Mm-hmm.
You get a back and forths. The tiki movement is coming back. Tiki
Yes.
cocktails are
Yes,
coming
that's
back.
becoming very popular.
I should have worn my Bring Back Tiki t-shirt.
Also, I think it came with the Renaissance or coming back of classic cocktails.
Right.
When people start enjoying like daiquiris the proper way, there's a lot of places that daiquiri is a big part of it. Hemingway's coming back.
So you mentioned daiquiri is a proper way. What is the proper way to make a daiquiri?
Lime, sugar, rum, shaken,
The Trinity.
That sounds familiar from what you were saying earlier. Yeah.
shaken, strained in a coupe.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I love rum and tiki type drinks because they kind of it's kind of like going to a Jimmy Buffett show. I'm not at the beach, but it feels like I am.
There's a song in there somewhere. I'm bringing Tiki back.
You work on that. You're the musician in the group.
No, there,
you
even
work
if
on
you go
that.
to Cuba, where it was born, in La Bodeguita del Medio,
Mhm.
they serve it in a martini glass. They do have a frozen version, but it's not like the frozen machine version. It's so hot and people are running around everything. They do it in a blender for you, but with pebbled ice, and it's served in a martini glass.
Oh, nice. This
It's like
sounds,
slushy. It's like
this sounds delicious. Can you make that?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
next
but
time
you
you're on.
might prefer one from Specs Mixers or something like that.
I'm not thinking I
Does
want
Texas Roadhouse make it?
Does Margaritaville make a pre-made one in a
Yeah,
big plastic
maybe.
jug?
Oh yeah, I know they have the makings of it. You add rum. To
that's probably
the
what you
makings
would
of
like.
it, so yeah. I think so. I think Jimmy Buffett was probably the. I'm not hugely into his music, but man, was he a smart businessman. Like he figured out how to get people to, pay $75 for a concert ticket so they could spend, a couple of hours at Key West.
Yes.
Even though they live in,
And he took you
Minneapolis.
there. I mean, he had some great songs. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Like a pirate looks at 40.
That is a great song.
Son of a sailor.
Yeah.
I mean,
I went through a period in my life when I basically swore off all Jimmy Buffett, and it was after I'd lived in Panama City, Florida.
Oh.
When every bar you would go into had some dude sitting on a stool named Captain Jerkwad singing Jimmy Buffett songs the whole time you were there. It made me despise Jimmy Buffett, and it took me years before my palate was cleansed enough that I could enjoy A Pirate Looks at 40 again. So
I mean, as a musician, I may have played Margaritaville enough times in my life.
Think? Everybody knows. That's one of those songs everybody knows the words to. You
And
know?
I love Van Morrison as a songwriter, but I could do without Brown Eyed Girl again.
You see, I'm with you. There's I
Into
enjoy
the
Guns
Mystic.
N' Roses, but I don't need Sweet Child of Mine ever again for the rest of my life. You know, it's just I think we all have acts like that, acts that we love. But
Yeah.
boy, if I hear Pearl Jam, Elderly Woman in a Small Town again, I'm going to choke somehow.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a great song, but I haven't enjoyed it for the last 6,000 times I've heard it.
Of all the Pearl
Don't Stop
Jam
Believing.
songs, that's the one. That's the
Well,
one.
yeah.
What are you listening to that plays that?
It is true though.
It's not
that-
exactly on the spot.
It is true though that song, unlike some Pearl Jam, has a melody that you can find.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there are some Pearl Jam songs that are like, they rock, but boy, where's the melody? I can't figure it out. Eddie Vedder just grunting, you know, it's just, it's pretty cool. By the way, since we're on the topic of music, I watched a great music documentary this week I want to recommend to everybody. All seriousness, it's called It's Never Over. It's the Jeff Buckley documentary.
Oh, I haven't seen
And
that.
it is,
Nice.
well, it will leave you so
That song is so beautiful
sad
too.
and B, just like in awe of the talent of Jeff Buckley. So I don't know how we got there, but we are going to get to more drinking and smoking because we're on location at Stogie's, and this is Smoking and Toasting. We're all about craft beer, fine spirits, hand-rolled cigars, and songs that we've heard too many times. And we'll be right back.
Don't stop believing.
Now can you do Hallelujah on the ukulele?
Welcome back. It is Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And the fine spirits we're going to be sampling today come from Higgins Boat Rum. And we are opening our rum tasting here with the silver. Now, obviously, silver's great for mixing, but you said you have some people that you know that love just sipping on this
Oh
one,
yes.
too.
Yeah, I mean it's not a majority of the people,
Right?
but I mean everybody's palate's very different.
But you haven't met us, so
Yeah.
you know we love sipping on all kinds of.
Make
We may
sure
not actually
that-
be people.
Make sure you don't short Cruz because now he's gonna.
They'll call you out.
I'll remember it.
Yeah, he's
I
gonna-
have a long memory, and I am known to hold a grudge, as he has pointed out before. So this is great. Let's pour some and taste it and talk about it.
Sure thing.
You want Ian to do the pour, or
No, that was good.
that was good? Yeah, we probably should have done that closer to the mic so everyone could enjoy it.
Oh,
I
over
heard it.
here. I mean, these
You-
I'll
you-
talk the
mics
next one
picked it
right
up?
here.
These mics pick up everything, but here we go. We have a little bit of a hold on.
Yeah, go for the squeaky squeak.
You gonna soak the cork?
We're not getting the squeaky squeak, but
Yeah, Ian is the best cork soaker on the show. So
I'm very,
It's
very,
alright. It's alright.
very rhythmic with the squeaky squeak, but it didn't give it
I
up.
think you're better.
I am better.
Wow, you just said he was better at cork soaking.
well, that's good to know.
Would you like more than that, or is that good? Or
I'm fine with that.
Watch out, because Cruz might.
I'll pass that over to Terry. Thank you. So silver rum. What?
Thank you, sir.
Obviously, it's clear or silver in color. What keeps it from
Hand me a
getting
napkin, please.
the the more brownish color that a more aged rum? Is it just does that color come from the aging, and this is
Correct.
not aged the same way, or is it aged in
this
different?
is not aged.
Okay.
This is pure copper pot silver rum that has not been aged in a barrel.
Okay. And so this is sort of like a pure version of rum, right?
Correct,
It's
yes.
not. It hasn't absorbed anything from the barrels to give it extra flavors. This is just rum. This is the juice, as we like to say.
Oh, I didn't think about it. You know, I have one of those little barrels at the house too. A nice.
Yeah. But maybe we can see if we can get some because for barrel works better when you get higher proof because this is 80 proof. So we can get some good higher proof distillate watering
Fun.
down.
You like it a juice?
Dude, this
The
is
juice is
fine.
good.
It's just
This is
I
fine.
like it a juice. I like it a juice.
So, well, first off, we are out of Friendswood, Texas, and we are bottling in Alvin. And if anybody's familiar with Gentle Ben's, they have a vodka, bourbon, and gin. The parent company of Gentle Ben's, their Persado craft process, was started by my wife's cousin, Ricky Ford.
Nice.
And so when I was trying to figure out what my next gig was after the response to COVID killed what I'd been doing, I was starting to get into some overseas manufacturing. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do overseas manufacturing anymore. And my wife's cousin, Ricky Ford, who founded Persado Spirits, and it's a patented ultrasonic filtration technology that can make spirits really smooth.
This is smooth.
Yes. And so we reached out to Ricky's that guy. He would walk into a bar for the second time, and everybody'd be like, Ricky, as he'd walk in the door. You just like hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And so as I was like, what's my next gig? And I'm like, man, it would be fun to work with Ricky. And as I had become a rum drinker, I had leaned towards the drier rums that had really good barrel notes. And I just thought, like, man, I think there's a place in the market for a Texas rum that the bourbon hound and the Scotch drinker and the guy who likes trying different whiskeys would appreciate.
I think so, yeah.
And so we set out to produce that rum. And the silver is it before we age
Before
it
you
to
do
that.
the aging. So
But it's a great silver rum.
So what we'll taste later that's been aged, this is the juice that starts.
Correct.
It's it's really kind of like upfront and very very palatable. It's got a little bite to it, but it is smooth at the same time. So
I could see how it would be, like you say, also if you mixed it, like making a daiquiri or something. I could see how it wouldn't be overpowering to the strawberries, but fit right in.
right.
I get like on the back of it and almost on the retrohale almost a hint of pineapple.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. It's not
Yeah.
it doesn't give you the same sort of complexity of flavors that you're going to get later with the aged rum, but it does have that upfront rum and that little bit of juicy pineapple on the finish.
That's a nice sweetness to it.
Yeah, it really is. So this would be a good one for mixes.
Yep.
This is what are the most popular mixed drinks with rum? Is pina colada number one?
Nah, I would say probably a mojito.
Oh, mojito. Yeah, I do love a good
mojito's
mojito.
good.
Yeah.
And is the secret the muddling?
No.
What is the secret to a good mojito?
Good mint, raw cane sugar, lime.
Right?
The muddling that's gonna happen really in a mojito is basically just a little, just to massage the leaves to free
Release a little bit
You
of
don't
the...
you don't muddle. So if you ever see somebody muddling a mojito in the bar, they say no, never mind.
Well, that's good.
But if you
'cause
ever
when I'm-
see Roberto massaging a tree in the bar, then
Yeah.
you know.
The-
Just massaging leaves.
Or cruise.
Exactly.
My
You're
mojitos
just
come with
supposed
a
to slap
massage.
the leaves, right?
Just it's how you massage the leaves.
I'd like the massage mojito, please. Is Roberto working tonight?
You guys have just made me never order a mojito again.
Does it come with happy ending?
No, but I that's a mistake I've made then when I've made mojitos. I
Yeah.
think I've done too much muddling.
Yeah, it's just simply the best way to do is build it in the glass.
Mm-hmm.
You put your mint. You put a little tiny dash of like sparkling soda,
Mhm.
just like sparkling water. So yeah, and then you add your syrup,
Mhm.
or in this case sugar,
Mm-hmm.
and a little, just like boom, boom, boom. You're gonna add your lime because you're gonna have to integrate the sugar with the lime before you
Right.
add it, because the spirit doesn't mix with sugar.
So you do that before you pour the rum.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And would you say that when you're making a mojito like that, that sugar works better than like a simple syrup?
I mean, that's a more traditional Cuban way of doing it, yes.
Okay.
But if you can do simple syrup too, if you want, make sure it's a 2-to-1 ratio.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely love this. This is so, it's such a I want to say pure.
Yeah.
It's so pure as a rum.
Yep.
And it makes me excited
It's-
to taste what the
It's
aged version
interesting
is gonna
because this definitely smells like rum,
Mhm.
but it doesn't have that rum smell that you're used to.
be. It doesn't have the funk.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that.
Well, that not all rum has a funk. That's
Right.
more of like the agricole style rum that gives you that funk.
When you go to Jamaica, you get that sort of rubber tire funk, and it's good. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back. Hour 2 is on the way. Drinking News is right around the corner. We're going to be tasting some aged rum. We still have several interesting beers, including a Hazy IPA-Style beer. That's the name of it. That may be the most unmarketed beer we've ever had. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is hour 2 of Smokin' and Toastin'. It's show number 486, and we're saying goodbye Schlitz and hello Higgins Boat. And we just said hello Higgins Boat in the last segment, and I feel like my cup is one of those ones that leaks because I've got almost no.
It says on the bottle here, named for the boats that helped win World War II. Higgins Boat crafts exceptional rum that honors military legacy. Every bottle supports veteran causes, particularly PTSD treatment programs.
Now, Ian, you've mentioned that your dad, when you were growing up, was a rum drinker, and it was as long as the rum bottle had a boat on it, he was there.
Yeah,
it's a shame you couldn't have had the Higgins Boat back in that day.
My dad he just loved rum.
Yeah.
It didn't even matter so much unless it just had to be rum.
Yeah.
Now he liked better rum as well.
Yeah.
But that didn't really have to be that good of a rum for him to enjoy it. He just loved rum.
So tell me again the process from this. This is a obviously it's not aged, but how is this distilled?
So this is distilled from molasses from Gulf Coast sugarcane in a copper pot still. So that allows a lot more of that kind of flavor to come through versus like a continuous column still.
Mm-hmm.
And then we run it through the Persado craft process, which puts the spirit under vacuum, introduces CO2, nitrogen, and ultrasound. And it can be really dialed in. And it's going to they call it polishing. And it's going to make it smoother. And it's going to break apart the molecules of some of those congeners, like the fusel oils and the aldehydes and the fatty acids. And that stuff that you especially associate with stuff that's harsh and gets in the way of the flavor.
So that's one of the reasons that it has the smoothness.
It is very smooth. It's very clean. It's gluten-free. It's one of the cleanest spirits out there. Anything that's gone through that Persado craft process, you're going to feel way better the next day drinking it versus anything that hasn't.
Yeah. What do you call it? Persado craft?
Persado. P-E-R-S-E-D-O.
Persado craft.
And so Gentle Ben's is my wife's cousin's brand. He helped us launch this. Unfortunately, he passed away before we came to market.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still owned by his wife. The same people are running the company, and we are using their process on our rum and bottling with them in Alvin.
Because this gives me a whole new appreciation for Persado craft. Because before it was just like from that episode of Star Trek where Spock and Scotty go down to the planet in a Persado craft and get stuck down there with these big orangutan things throwing rocks at the Persado craft. I may not be remembering it correctly, but that's
No more of this for you.
yeah. Speaking of no more of this, I want to introduce our next beer, and usually I just hand these to Ian and have him pour. But before we do, I want to talk about. I think they, instead of calling this Hazy IPA, they should have called it Lazy IPA, because this is the most generic can of a premium IPA that I've ever seen. It just says Big Country Organic Brewing Company, Hazy IPA-Style beer. And that's it. It's just, there's only 2 colors on this, the orange and the black ink.
It's tough economy, man.
This is not going to jump out at you when it's sitting next to Voodoo Ranger at the store. But I have a feeling it may be a hidden gem. The brewery is from Austin. It's Big Country Organic Brewing Company. And in a big country, dreams stay with you.
Thank you.
So thank you.
I had to go there.
I just thank you. It's been you know what? It took everything to not,
See, Terry had the good sense not to go there, but I just blundered right in.
We're a company. We're named Big Country.
By the way,
your name, Big Country.
Let me just say, that's a great song. I don't care what kind of music you like.
True.
That is a great song. I've never listened to a single other song by that band, but that song is phenomenally good.
They have one other good song, I think.
Did they? I don't remember another Big Country song.
All
right, Terry's gonna look that up while Ian pours. And I gotta say, right away, this looks delicious. This has the look of the kind of hazy IPAs that I really enjoy. So I'm hoping. It's also a really huge can. This is what I call the Live Nation can. because when you go to a concert, that's the
Right.
size of beer they want to sell you.
That was a great nose.
Yeah, and
I love that they call it hazy IPA style beer. I was floating the river with some friends at one point in time, and
all the stories
someone-
involve
I was
floating
about
in
to
a
say
river.
that.
Have you noticed that?
someone was you always have somebody manning the float
beer
with
station,
with
yeah.
the cooler on it, and I said, "Hey man, toss me a beer." And he goes, "What kind of beer do you want?" I said, "Beer flavored beer." And he reaches his hand, and now he's not even looking. He reaches his hand in the cooler,
Grabs
shuffles
something.
around, grabs a beer, tosses it to me, and literally gave me a can that said beer flavored beer.
Well,
And it was
beer's-
delicious.
Beer is a good flavor, and so is this. By the way, this is a really nicely balanced,
Yeah.
a little sweet but not too sweet hazy IPA.
Oh,
That's
that's
a little bit
good.
of bubble gum.
Oh, it's very grapefruit
Yes,
right up front.
yes, and a little bit on
Color
the
of the
finish
can
too.
works well with that.
Which was
Yes,
one thing
yes,
that's
it does,
really
very-
funny. Whenever you were talking about the lacy can, that it was very like two colors, I was about to say it makes me think a lot of Austin, like very Austin style. And then I didn't remember that it was a brewery from Austin.
Yeah, it is in fact an Austin brewery, and I think this is the first beer from them we've ever had on the show.
Made from organic malt hops, and he's coming in at 7.1%.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Not a whole lot of information on here.
I'm pretty excited about this one though, because it's so different just in terms of the marketing. I mean, the most popular
This is either the least amount anyone's ever spent on marketing or the most,
right.
right?
You-
We
you
brought
gotta-
in the nation's leading marketing program. It's costing $1 million, and they came up with this can.
No, so you got to figure that they had ad agencies come in to pitch them on doing their marketing and their design, and they sat through the presentation, with all the slideshow stuff and the PowerPoint and everything, and then they thanked them. And when they were trying to decide what to do, Ernie, who works in the basement sorting mail, goes, "I got this. I can design this on my computer," and that's
I
how
have
they came
Canva.
up. Yeah, that's how
Canva.
they came up with that.
This is the exact opposite. What's the brewery from New York that has all the?
Oh, those super long names.
Super long
Is it
names.
Untitled Art? Is that the one?
No, it's not Untitled Art. It's
Evil Twin.
Evil Twin. Yes,
Yes.
always has the super long beer names.
They have beer names like
Sitting on a bench waiting for a train.
yeah,
something like
or
that.
or some of the girls like to dance, but none of the boys do. They have names like that for their beers. That's actually an album title of this great sort of hidden gem album from the 80s, and now I can't remember.
I thought you were going to go standing outside a broken phone booth with my
Oh,
my
see,
hat.
there's another one. See, and more people will know that one because that was actually a big.
I'm going
big
to pass this around so you can pour more.
hit. Yeah, I'm also cracking open my second cigar here.
That's not your brand, right?
What's that?
Cigar.
No, this is not one I normally smoke, so I'm excited to try. This is called Crux. It's not Cruise, it's Crux. But thank you. And
Wait a second. Are you smoking something that's not blended by AJ Fernandez?
I believe
Does he know this?
I like to sometimes throw caution to the
Right
wind.
now,
blazed
AJ. Right now, AJ is going. There's a disturbance in the
Yeah,
forest.
yeah. Oh, what is this I'm feeling? Is it a heart
Betrayal.
palpitation?
No, but he blessed it.
Yeah, apparently so. So I'm excited to try this and excited to try it with the rum too. But in the meantime, this nondescript can, which I think was only like $4, which in today's beer market, that's not bad.
That's good.
Yeah, for a single.
Single Pringle.
Speaking of prices, what does a bottle of that silver Higgins boat retail for?
So retail on the silver's $24.99.
Really? Nice.
I like.
Very nice. Very nice.
And it is in a bunch of Total Wines in Texas, 29 of them. Mm-hmm. And we've got about a little over 20 or so independent, like mom and pop places carrying us. Actually, our silver's not in Total Wine yet. We're working on it.
Okay.
But all the independents it is, and you can buy it through our website online, and we ship to everywhere but South Dakota and Utah.
Is that because of their liquor laws?
Yes.
Okay, so this is interesting to me because we have listeners all over the place, obviously, and it's sometimes interesting to talk about some of these Texas brands, but if no one can get them who's not in Texas,
Right.
it's kind of like we're going, yeah. And so I like that people can go to your website. What is the website?
HigginsBoatRum.com.
That's easy enough to remember.
Our social media is Higgins Boat Rum on like Facebook and Instagram and on Twitter. And then my social media girl tells me we have a TikTok.
Okay.
This age you need to.
And remind me again, the Higgins boat comes from what, the name?
It's the landing craft from D-Day.
Okay.
And so whenever we're like, all right, we're doing this, what is my brand? We had recently celebrated the 80th anniversary of D-Day. I had one of my grandfathers landed at Omaha Beach, fought through the Battle of the Bulge. My other grandfather was in the Merchant Marines because he was a little young at the start of the war. And then his two brothers, my great uncles, were in the Pacific. One of them was a tail gunner in there at Pearl Harbor. According to local media, he has the first shoot down from the air of a Zero confirmed in the war. And then my other great uncle was in a submarine in the Pacific throughout the war.
Wow. So you've had a real family of and there they are. That is so cool.
And so that's my grandpa who landed on Omaha Beach, fought through the Battle of the Bulge.
Can we see that on the camera?
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We'll get a picture of it and we'll put it on.
We'll post it. Okay, cool.
And then my grandpa, his two brothers. This is my father-in-law who was in the airborne in Vietnam. This is my uncle, his son who was in the Navy. And this is my wife's grandpa who was in the Navy in World War II.
I have an uncle who, a great uncle actually, who was a part of the D-Day invasion and landed on the shore. He sometimes though we feel like he may have embellished some of his war stories because he'll talk about it was dark, it was cold. It was the Battle of Baldy Hill. We crawled on our hands and knees. We crawled on our stomachs. I was killed. Yeah, I was killed. So sometimes
I had my shins blown off in World War II.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So we're not sure about the veracity of his claims, but these guys look legit. Not like great Uncle Fallon.
Like Frank Dukes from Bloodsport.
It's all made up.
Yeah, that's right.
Frank Dukes. What a crazy story.
Still give us a great movie.
Yeah.
But so the reason then to name the rum, was there a rum connection to these guys?
So it was we were going to make a good rum because I was wanting to make that rum for the Texas Bourbon Hound. And when we were looking for our brand, we'd recently celebrated the 80th anniversary of D-Day. And I have reached that point. When they say when you turn 40 in the South, your personality becomes smoking meat or World War II history.
Yeah.
And so I went with the latter route. And I was really looking into the story of my grandpa's because the only stories you got from them was the funny stuff and trying to track down more about their service and watching the documentaries and reading the books. And Eisenhower said it's the boat that won World War II, and you would know the story of Higgins Industries out of New Orleans, and the story of the company, the story of the landing craft, the story of Andrew Higgins, who it's rumored during Prohibition, he would build the Coast Guard ships, and then he'd go to the rum runners and say, I'll build you a faster boat. And the combination of all those things just said, this is our brand.
Good. So now that we have a real rum historical expert on the show, you're not going to want to miss the next segment because this is when I will ask you, how do you deal with a drunken sailor?
Okay.
And we'll get to that in the next segment. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And speaking of fine spirits, it's time to try your, what's the name on this spirit?
So we call it the Higgins Boat Reserve.
Reserve, okay. And so reserve obviously usually implies more aging. We've been holding on to these for a special occasion. Now you can buy them, that type of thing. And so what is the aging process? Because rum doesn't have to age the same way that whiskey does. It ages a lot faster.
There's no rules.
There's no
to
rule,
rum.
yeah.
Right. No rules. I like that.
That's why there's a lot of junk in some rums.
Yeah.
And so we take that copper pot still silver rum and we put it in new American charred white oak barrels for 4 years. And then we don't add any molasses back, which many aged rums do. we don't blend in any younger rums. A lot of rums, if you read the fine print, it'll say it's a 4-year, 7-year, 10-year, and it'll say made with up to that on the back.
Well, yeah, because aging statements in rum, if I understand correctly, you can say it's a 6-year rum if the oldest rum in the blend is 6 years.
Correct. But
right? And you don't have to say
not like
that there's
bourbon, that is the
Right.
least one, yeah.
It's the minimum, yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is all 4-year liquid, and then it goes through that Persado craft process like our silver.
Yeah.
So after aging, it goes through the Persado? Okay.
Yes.
That's
And
why
in-
I thought it looked a little bit like more... so when you think about 4-year and it's brand new Chardo, it seems a little bit more... less color than what you expect. And so that explains a little bit of the...
Well, a lot of rums put coloring back
That
into
too,
it.
yeah.
Right.
And so, sure, it doesn't look as dark as the bottles next to it, but I didn't want to put anything
No,
into it. It's not
that's
to-
perfect.
I
It
love
was
that.
not a...
Sure,
it's,
no.
it's just a note.
Oh, yeah.
Ian, you've said before that you really kind of like discovered rum when we started doing the show, and you got a chance to taste some better rum. So I'm really interested in your take
Very
on
nice.
this, because we have had some amazing rums on this show.
So some of the rums that I've really loved on this show are some of the funkiest. I mean,
Yes.
literally have a little bit of petroleum and tire fire in
Yeah.
it, like outrageous rums like that. And I enjoy all those crazy flavors that have rubber and everything else. This has almost none of that, but this is if you like what you described it as, like something you sit down and sip, something a bourbon or a whiskey drinker would enjoy. This is right up the middle of that. It's
For sure. It's got, when you take that first sip, you get the sweetness that rum is known for. But in this case, it almost feels like I'm literally like putting my tongue on a piece of sugar cane. It's got just such a natural
with a kiss of vanilla.
sweetness. Yes.
And some oak, especially on the aftertaste.
How
It's
long is
absolutely delightful. There's a little slight, bear with me here, there's a slight amount of cotton candy on the finish too, like
Okay,
in the
I'll get
retro
that,
hail.
yeah.
And that's really strange because I don't think I've ever had that in a rum. Like, you get that in bourbon a lot of times.
Sure. And that little bit of, like, we sometimes say the bubble gum, there's just a little bit of that vibe to it.
There's also a minerality to it that I'm
Yes.
not used to getting in a rum very often.
You get that
either.
more with bourbon. But yes, in this case, you definitely get a little bit of the
And
minerality,
it comes
especially hanging around
across-
after the finish.
It comes across clean. Like,
That's a good way to say
Very
it.
clean.
the way it finishes, the way the flavor goes across the tongue, it comes across incredibly clean.
How long is this aged?
4 years.
And is all of the juice 4 years, or is that the oldest
Like
juice?
every
Love
drop of it, yeah.
Okay.
And we've got,
Aged in new barrels.
new American charred white oak. So we age it in the same barrels you would age your bourbon in.
Yeah.
And
How would it change this
pretty darn
if you
good.
decided to do a version where you aged it in used white oak bourbon barrels? How would that change the flavor?
so you get a little bit more of that bourbony taste. We actually have, hopefully we're going to be bottling this fall, our XO 101 that's been aged 10 years in used bourbon barrels. And it's at 101 proof. We were originally trying the samples at 117 because I was like trying it with like the president of the Bourbon Hounds of Houston, and that crowd really likes the barrel strength. But the more I let other people try it, and I was bringing the samples to cigar lounges even here and just letting guys try it, and it's just a great like sipper to have with a good cigar. And I thought the 101 opens it up to a little bit bigger audience, but it's smooth because of that Persado process for a 101. And we could do it as a tribute to the 101st Airborne, who was a big part of the
Nice,
invasion
I
of
love
D-Day.
that. Yes, that's a perfect tie-in.
And we're going to do it in it's going to be in a cardboard tube. The legal label is going to be very simple and on like the back. And then on the label facing you is going to be a Velcroed on PVC molded like morale patch.
Nice.
Nice.
It's
And
not
we're-
simple like the can of the beer, right?
But that morale patch is we're going to do a different one every year.
So I think
That's really cool.
a testament to how delicious this is that Ian has already reached for the bottle for a refill. I noticed you're trying it with a little water.
I just want to see what a little drop of water does.
That's not something we're really accustomed to doing with rums. We do it with whiskeys, with bourbon, and with
confectioner sugar.
Wow!
Like right off the top, the
A few drops of water wakes it up. It lets the nose come out.
more vanilla, more of that. It takes away some of the cotton candy, but it turns it into that powdered sugar kind of note. It's really interesting, and more of the minerality in it too. More of the which really creates kind of a backbone of this.
Go ahead. We're
Now, how much
over
does
who
a
gets
bottle
the
of
next
this
pour.
run?
So the suggested retail on the Reserve is $39.99.
Wow, that's
Okay.
that's an extremely reasonable price for a rum of this quality.
Yeah.
Our goal is to be like affordable premium is what we're going for.
Yeah.
And so like I'm from a blue collar family. Until recently I worked as a welder doing fabrication at shops and stuff. I built high-end ranch trucks for years
Nice.
with a shop. And so I wanted this to be something that like anybody can afford. It can be like whether you're a guy who buys $100 bottles of bourbon and you're like, man, this flavor profile fits what I like, and that's a really good deal on it. And man, when we're making tiki drinks, we'll often use an ounce of each one of our rums.
Interesting.
And any drink you would make with a whiskey or a bourbon, you can replace with this. And then we do some more, like we make what we call a tiki old fashioned sometimes, which is like a Caribbean twist on an old fashioned, because this is so bourbon-like. It works really well in that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense that this would work for an old fashioned and would give you a, like you said, tiki twist. Perfect way to say it.
Well, and for bars at that price point, you can still put it in a bar menu and it won't kill your like you can still put it at $13 mark, $14 mark.
I would love to see a higher ABV, like a barrel proof of this.
Yeah.
This is so delicious.
Well, it'll be interesting to see when the XO comes out. When is that?
So I'm hoping to do it this fall. It's our distributor is R&DC, and if y'all kept up with any industry news, they've been being bought out over the course of this year, and it's hindered us expanding the way we'd like to, even though we've grown fairly quick, considering like this is my company, I funded it out of my savings and more, and we've to this point taken on no investors, but I've got a list of like friends of friends, and other people we've encountered who want to join in. I just wanted to take it past those first few hurdles before I ask people to put their money up towards it.
Nice.
And so just with that, like there's been a little delays of getting that to the market, but I think we should hopefully October, November, December, because I want it to be that thing that like you're going to buy for your boss, your brother-in-law, like your good buddy for Christmas.
For
and so
Christmas, perfect. Yeah,
Oh,
right in that right price range. All right, we got to take a break. We'll talk more about the rum. We have another beer to try, and as if all of that weren't enough, Drinking News is next. Welcome back. Oh, I like that. Perfect. Welcome back. It is Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. But sometime back, we started a segment on the show that has since risen in popularity through reasons that none of us fully understand. It is now the most popular segment on the program. It's a little thing we like to call Drinking News.
Drinking. Oh wait, hold on. Let me put a cigar down.
Yeah, maybe that would work a little
That
bit.
would be me.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. A Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet.
I had to take my
When
gator to
asked
the
about
you're
his absent arm, he said,
Now go.
I had to take my gator to the vet.
Okay, perfect.
drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, Al. Just like to point out, by the way, Drinking News may be best enjoyed. We always say that these are stories that are sometimes, but not always, about drinking, but always best enjoyed if you've been drinking. And I'm going to tell you, if you've been drinking some Higgins Boat rum, it works pretty well with Drinking News, which says a lot more about Higgins Boat rum than it says about drinking news. But we'll get to our main story in today's drinking news in just a moment. But first, a couple of quick thoughts about how you get your news. If it's drinking news, well, we hope that you're getting it here. But if it's more general news, television has declined dramatically in its reach for news. Newspapers are all but dead. And more people than ever now say they get their news from social media sites. And I understand this because, I mean, who doesn't want to sift through TikToks of how to make a better Jell-O salad and what happens when you shake a bottle of Fanta orange soda repeatedly before you open it, and clips of some woman named Candy Stradivarius showing us exactly how to do the Macarena. Who doesn't like sifting through all of that in order to get to your news?
Don't forget the Tide Pod Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I like people. My favorite thing on TikTok is when you get people and they're sitting in their car and they've gone and they've somehow gotten way too much food at some drive-thru and they just sit there and they eat it. And then they tell you how it is, mostly going, that's good.
And then the crunch, right?
For like 15 minutes, like 5 burgers.
Well, I'll tell you this, even more so than getting your news on social media, even more telling information has emerged about where we get our news that's coming to us from the Sunshine State. That's right, Florida. But in this case, we can't pin it down to a Florida man or a Florida woman. Instead, a news site called the South Florida Standard, I'm not making this up, was recently shut down after it was revealed that the entire site was generated completely by AI.
Of course.
That's right.
Of course.
Not a Florida man.
Quite a Florida man.
Not a Florida woman, but a Florida supercomputer.
Florida AI.
The site showed pictures of its editors and reporters, including editor-in-chief Sofia Delgado, who is not actually a Florida woman because, like the other reporters shown on the site, she doesn't exist.
Yeah.
None of them do. The entire news site was an AI creation.
When you want to hear AI say, hold my beer.
That's. I mean, look, I don't know about you, but if I'm reading a story that says, don't worry, AI is not taking your jobs, and it's most definitely not looking to wipe out the entire human race, I'd feel way more comfortable if that story was not written by AI.
Bow to your Florida AI overlords.
Just saying. Fortunately, the site has been shut down, which leads me to wonder what AI will do next. We will be vigilant in reporting all of this to you here at Drinking News, and we've just hired 2 new remote correspondents. I haven't met them, but I'm sure they'll be great. Let me find their names here. Oh, yes. Robert D. MacBook and a female reporter who just goes by Alexa. We'll let you know how this all works out. But our main story in today's Drinking News concerns something that's been on the minds of many people of late, the UFO files and alien life.
Yeah.
Now, President Trump has long promised to release the government's files on UFOs, and some, but not all, of those files have now seen the light of day. In those files released by the FBI, one of them, dated January 12th, 1955,
They saw a thing.
detailed claims from members of, and I'm not making this up, the Detroit Flying Saucer Club, one of the earliest UFO organizations in the U.S. Because, of course it did.
Sure.
In one of the documents, it shows that one of the club's members,
They didn't have cable back then.
a Randall Cox from Detroit, explained to the FBI investigators that he had received multiple messages from extraterrestrials warning humanity about its place in the universe. Because if you're a superior alien species, your best bet for communicating with the people of Earth is to reach out to some rando named Cox who lives in Detroit. Because, yeah, he's the guy you want to talk to.
Don't forget to put a probe in his butt.
He was the head of the club, right?
That's right. I mean, can't you just see one of the aliens saying to another one, "Ha ha, Lord Spornak, you said Cox." In the memo, Cox explained that the beings told him that all planets except Earth had already conquered outer space. The Detroit man also told investigators that the entities considered humans the lowest form of universal existence, and that another message stated that the purpose of contact with Earth was to prepare people for future landings from outer space. Of course, we all know that, much like the Epstein files, not all of these documents have been released. But thanks to a secret spy that Drinking News has been able to embed in the FBI, we have learned what some of the other files may say. And if these are true, this may constitute the most important messages ever delivered to humankind. And so we are here today to do two things. One, to demand that the remaining files be declassified and released to the public.
Demand.
And two, these unreleased messages should absolutely be shared with Drinking News listeners. And so that's exactly what we're going to do today in the form of another of our non-requested Drinking News Top 5 lists. This would be the top 5 other alien messages that should be declassified. Top 5 other alien messages that should be declassified. Number 5, take us to your leader. No, not the president. We wish to negotiate your survival with the human known to you as Nicolas Cage. Number 4, we seeded your planet with humankind long ago. Many of you did well. The Aztecs built monuments and aqueducts. The Egyptians built the pyramids. But the Americans made something called Florida. Number 3, attention all humans with large bubble butts. We offer free and safe transport through the galaxy to the planet Kardashian. And number 2, we are in direct contact with your Elon Musk. We helped him develop rockets and electric cars and gave him names for his children AXE-AXII, Romulus, and Technomechanicus. By the way, those are all real names of Elon Musk's children. And the number 1 other alien message that should be declassified, number 1, not all of our experiments on humanity have proven successful. We apologize profusely for Steven Seagal. Reporting live from Florida, where our new correspondent Alexa just definitively answered one of the questions that has been haunting mankind for years. Yes, Ross and Rachel were definitely on a break. My name is Cruz, and that is your
Drinking News, Drinking News. That's our time for Drinking News.
Cheers, y'all.
Have you seen that?
Lisa Kudrow said that last
Have you seen that clip of Steven Seagal playing guitar? Like,
Oh, no.
he's got a blues band and he's playing guitar, and it's always labeled like greatest guitar solo ever.
Oh, of course.
Nice.
And the funny thing about it is, it's pretty amateurish. Like, he's hanging on, but I wouldn't call it good.
Yeah, but have you ever done the splits while on the freeway between two cars?
He does.
Come on now.
That's Van Damme.
Oh, that's Van Damme.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry.
wrong.
Yeah, no.
I feel like
Again,
Seagal's
what
done
about-
something
what
again,
about-
like that,
Seagal
right?
doesn't measure.
What about his
something
What about
like
his
that.
1-inch punch?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that Bruce Lee?
Oh, okay, yeah, that was
Yeah.
Bruce Lee. Okay.
Or that, what was that shrimp?
What about
There's
the
some
Texas?
shrimp
What about
that
the
has
Texas
the hardest
Ranger?
punch in nature?
What about the Texas Ranger?
That's
Walker. That's Chuck Norris.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
R.I.P. Chuck Norris. He didn't really die. They
I'd
just
just like
needed
to
him
point
to kick
out-
someone's ass in heaven. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's right. I just want to point out that we probably had less laughter during that Drinking News than any in recent memory. And I don't know, is Drinking News going downhill?
No, it's because you mentioned what's his name, Steven Seagal,
Oh, okay. I got you.
and he's inherently not funny.
Yeah,
That's the problem
but
with
the
it.
fact that he is inherently not funny is funny.
It is funny. It is
Yes.
funny.
Well, I think maybe the
I mean,
reason...
he's not as funny. What's the Corey Feldman guy like? That's funny.
Corey Feldman.
Have you seen
Feldman.
his music video?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, it's like the worst thing ever. It is like, you're convinced it's a Saturday Night Live skit when you watch it. I'm serious. Like,
And it's not.
It can't be
Have you
serious.
seen the one where he's doing it live and he comes out on the little 2-wheel thing and then falls?
What?
Oh yeah.
What?
I like to
I think
remember
it's on like
Lost
the,
Boys.
Olivia
it's on like
Rodrigo.
the Ellen Show or something like that.
Brilliant. Well, I'm convinced that maybe one of the reasons there wasn't more laughter during Drinking News is because we had not yet sampled the.
Oh my
I'm
gosh!
on my second. It's freaking phenomenal.
Okay,
This is outrageous.
So let's go to this. Fonta Flora Brewery. We've had their beers on here before. They've always been outstanding. This is their bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout called Decoy.
Oh.
And Ian, maybe you can take a look at that bottle and tell us a little more about Decoy.
It's a bourbon barrel aged stout called Decoy. No, I'm just joking. A bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout conditioned on house toasted pistachios and vanilla. It doesn't have a little amaretto kind of thing going on
Yes,
to
it
it,
does
right?
have that.
Brewed with water from our wells and 52% local ingredients. Drink fresh or cellar cool. Batch number 2, bottled July 2024. This is absolutely outrageously
And have you gone
delicious.
back to the Higgins boat?
I
now?
have. They form
Oh
like
my
Voltron.
Goodness, this is a match made in heaven.
They go together.
This is like dessert.
Shana nana 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 rama ding dong.
This is amazing. And with
Did I
this
just say that?
punch bottle,
You did.
bottle rocket that I'm smoking is freaking phenomenal
Oh,
too.
yeah, those are so good.
This is a boy. You talk about something that just landed in this segment of the show and completely took things to the next level in terms of pairing.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
This
Works
is-
very well.
People ask me a lot about, when they find out I'm into cigars or into spirits, they'll ask about pairing. Oh, what pairs well with a cigar or whatever. This and this and this are like one of the most killer 1, 2, 3 punches I've had in a long time. And I'm smoking this. It's a Crux Epicure, the one with the light blue, baby blue label, and it's obviously got a very dark Maduro wrapper, and it's wonderful by itself. But it is even better when paired with this rum.
I'm smoking a
with
Aladino
this.
Cameroon, and it brings out the spiciness right off the
So
bat.
is that a spicy cigar? Obviously, it's named jalapeno.
It's no, this is the Aladino Cameroon.
I thought you said jalapeno.
No,
You said
Aladino
They're
Cameroon.
the Viaje one,
Well, I did see a cigar in there that was
I
named
saw that
jalapeno.
as
yeah,
well.
it's from the Viaje ones. They have a ghost pepper. Sorry, the ghost pepper one.
No, I saw that. No, this is the Aladino, not jalapeno, Cameroon, and it's quite delicious. And with both of these, they bring out the spiciness in the cigar
The question,
in such a nice way.
question about this Decoy from Fonta Flora Brewery. Is this the booziest stout we've had in a long time?
I was wondering what was the percentage in it.
Oh, let's see. On floor.
You guys had
big.
11.
14.
Oh,
14.
it feels-
Ah,
It feels.
wow.
It's not like very alcoholic, but it feels heavy. You can feel
You can kind of taste it, especially on the outside of the palate,
But when
way
you
out here
go
on the.
back to this rum, this Higgins boat
It's
rum,
phenomenal both
after-
together.
Wow, it just works. Like
It's just phenomenal.
what he said. It really, really works. And I was enjoying the rum already. Now it's like, holy moly. I think we were supposed to get to something about this rum in this segment, but I've completely forgotten what that was because this is just blowing
So the
me away.
proceeds of this rum.
Oh, that's
Ah,
it.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Do we have time,
Yes,
Terry, or
yeah,
should we?
let's-
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know that 10% of the profits of all our bottles of rum go to the PTSD Foundation of America's Camp Hope in Houston.
So you guys are. It's not just like a token thing where you're saying, we're saluting our veterans and people and we're, by the way, we're recording this show on Memorial Day, so it's like perfect
Yes.
perfect timing.
It was not planned, right?
Right. It was just kind of the way it came together. But you're not just talking the talk. You're actually legitimately supporting people who have served this country in the military, and I think it's a fantastic thing. I think that no matter how you feel about whatever military exercise or wars that we might be engaged in, you must recognize that people who are members of the military are there. My stepson's a member of the military. Like, they are there protecting this country.
And
I think
PTSD takes a lot of forms.
it really does.
Like, there's not a single thing that goes, hey, that's PTSD. It takes a lot of forms and a lot of things, especially in the mental health realm. So.
Absolutely. Now, we will salute our military by enjoying more of this amazing rum and this beer in our next segment. Stand by because it's going to be emotional. We'll do it next at Smoking and Toast.
In the beginning, so the story goes. A smooth operation.
Welcome back at Smoking and Toasting. We are on location at Stogie's. Huge thanks to Jorge and all of
Jenny,
the staff, Miss Jenny here, for allowing us to be here and smoke during the show. We're going to be smoking during next week's show as well, correct, Ian?
Next week we will be busy.
Very exciting.
We're
So
going
we
to have
haven't talked a lot about this, but it's a big, big deal.
So next week we will be hosting OH Ingram again.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be bringing some samples for us to try.
And the samples are for us to select a Smokin' and Toastin' OH Ingram barrel pick. And you guys will be able to find it and buy it.
Yes, and there will be...
Next week is when we're going to sample a number of different bourbons and decide which one.
And we're going to have some really fun palettes along to help us with that. We're going to have... We got a list of people that are going to be there to help us and chat about it and have a good time. I'm so excited about this. I don't even know what to say.
The guys at OH Ingram reached out to us after being guests on the show and having a good time and getting a little silly. They reached out and said, we want you guys to do a barrel pick. And this barrel pick will be available at spec stores if you live in Texas, but it'll also be available online.
It'll be available online, so you can
and we don't know anything yet about what the price of the bottle is going to be. We don't even know yet what it's going to taste like. But
probably going to be in the
next week,
60s, I would say.
Yeah.
It's $65 as far as I know.
Okay, perfect. So we'll be choosing that next week. We're very excited about that show, even if it's just because I've always wanted to be involved in doing the tasting.
Yes.
So excited.
Absolutely.
It's going to be super fun. So back to the military. Back to the idea of saluting the people who have served this country in the military, and back to Higgins Boat Rum. You guys are putting your money where your mouth is on this stuff, and I think that's incredible because you see a lot of fully developed, mature businesses that have the financial wherewithal to do something like that. You guys have done this out of the gate, is that right?
Yes. So at our launch party, we spent a lot of money to get to that point, and we hadn't made a cent yet.
Yeah.
And we were still at our launch party a little ways out of showing up on retail shelves, but we just went ahead and invited friends and friends of friends out to the Gentle Bin tasting room, and just had a good party, introduced them to what we are and what we're about, and then we, out of their kindness of their hearts, we did a raffle, and people just added in donations, and that was we launched with giving Camp Hope with the PTSD Foundation of America a check, and then 10% of every bottle going forward is going to them.
So here's what I suggest you do. You buy a bottle of this, then you stop by your favorite cigar store, buy a cigar to enjoy with it, and then buy another cigar to toss into the box for Cigars for Warriors. You will be, that's patriotism. That's what I'm talking about, right? It doesn't matter whether you're, left or right or center or whatever. You can support in ways that totally benefit you as well as the members of the service. I think it's a very noble and notable thing to do. And by the way, this rum is delicious. I cannot wait to enjoy a nice evening at home, having a really good Imperial Stout, enjoying this Higgins Boat rum. I am looking forward to it.
And CCS, Smoking and Toasting, directly affecting sales. I will be buying a bottle of this on my way home.
Absolutely.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And since you're going to be buying a bottle, I'll probably try to take this one home. So that'll be my plan for the...
I got a secret whippling.
Because I'm a cheap bastard. So, guys, what a fun show this has been. Thank you to Stogie's. It is one of our favorite places to smoke. We have a lot of favorite places to smoke, but this is definitely right in the top echelon. And Jorge and Jenny are always great hosts, allowing us to come in and do the show.
They let us use this beautiful private lounge, and thank you to the patrons of the lounge for letting us
turn down the TV.
Putting up with us
Yeah.
while we're doing this.
Because we know you can't enjoy the tennis match that's up on the screen nearly as much without the audio. 3.
This is
love. It's almost as exciting as golf commentary.
Hey, everyone's got their thing. You know, I used to think watching golf was boring, but apparently a lot of people love it.
Well,
that's just the truth.
All I know is that the #1 NFL play-by-play guy for CBS, Jim Nantz, also does their golf coverage. So if they're like assigning him to it, there must be something going on.
This beer is so outrageously good.
Yeah. It really is, and the way that it marries
I'm going in for more of this.
with this rum is amazing. We have just a moment left. I wanted to ask you about. You gave us these wonderful decanter glasses here that are in the shape of a hand grenade. What's this all about?
So that's the Mark II hand grenade glass, and it may not be scientifically designed for tasting. It just looks cool. And so often when I'm doing the tasting at a place, that's kind of my incentive. If you pick up a bottle of our silver and our reserve while I'm tasting, you can pick that, or I often have a hand grenade ice mold that you can.
A hand grenade what?
Ice mold.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and point out that the general shape of this glass is not that far off of a Glencairn.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. It's just got the little hand grenade bumps on the outside.
For me,
definitely makes it easier to hold.
I think I'm just gonna use mine to throw it at Ian whenever I get mad at him.
There you go.
It is a pretty heavy glass.
Yeah, I like it. And I love this rum. So the XO is what's next for you guys, is that right?
Yes. So we're in this era where, a new brand doesn't need too many SKUs. The XO is going to be our next one. And as we get into more bars and restaurants, so keep up with us on social media. I'm going to announce we got some big menu placements coming. We're already in some. And then maybe next we do a overproof on our silver, because especially in tiki and drinks that are shaken,
a little overproof from
pebble ice and all that stuff.
And so 100 proof silver rum works really well when you're making a cocktail that you're shaking over ice and then pouring over crushed ice. So
nice.
Well, we're so thrilled to have you on the show. We love supporting these newer independent brands that are out there going, we're doing this. Sure, we want to make some money from this, but we're doing this for the love of the spirit. And I really get that impression from you.
And to support a cause.
And to support a really good cause. Absolutely. So
thank you all for having me.
So thank you for being here, and thank you to everybody for watching. We will be doing our barrel pick show next week, so make sure and check us out for that. Thanks to all of our radio affiliates around the world, and thanks to you for enjoying Smoking and Toasting.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.